What's up, guys? What's the man here? Welcome back to Diablo 2 Resurrected. And yes, this is the Fire Droid, once again. He's level 85. And I've respec'd some, alright? I'm taking the path a bit less traveled. I know a lot of you guys have been recommending something like Firestorm and Fissure. But I really just don't like the performance of those skills. Firestorm, primarily. I don't like getting up in their grill and get my ass kicked, basically. So I've been taking the path a little less traveled, man. And I wanted to experiment a bit more with this Reaper's Toll. Because, of course, with the Fire Droid, now anyway, his Armageddon, Molten Boulder, and Volcano all have physical damage aspects about them. So if you can cast Decrepify on the enemies, or even amp damage for that matter, they're going to take a lot more damage, is kind of what's going to be going on there. With Decrepify in this example, their physical resistance is going to be pierced by quite a bit. And of course with Reaper's Toll, there's a 33% chance to cast level 1 Decrepify on striking. Now you could otherwise use maybe a Lawbringer on an Act 5 Mercenary, maybe even 2. Or better yet, I think would be a Lawbringer and a Plague rune word, which I tend to forget about. That's in D2R. Plague was in Project Diablo 2 because they brought it back, because it was one of those items that was in the original runeword files, but they never used it. So with D2R, they saw the modders doing it, so they decided to do it as well. I think is kind of what happened. In fact, Plague is even better in D2R than it is in PD2, because it's not just demon damage, but it's just enhanced damage straight up. So Plague is awesome, and stay tuned for that. I'm going to make another video with that. You'll have Cleansing. You'll have lower res, which will have a chance of casting over your Decrepify, and vice versa, if you have a Lawbringer and a Plague on your Mercenary. But I don't really have a problem with that, because basically if you get lower res, in general you're going to be piercing their fire res more, as long as it breaks their immunity if they have one for fire. And if you cast the Decrepify, your physical damage, and you're doing both at the same time, basically all the time, with this guy. So I'd be okay with that. You're going to be casting freaking curses like a toad. So, yeah, I think that would be awesome. And this guy, again, I kind of have gear that I feel like is kind of accessible, with a few exceptions, 2 maybe, which are Phoenix and Enigma. Phoenix is quite expensive, but nonetheless, 38 skills. I don't have a single skill Grand Charm on this guy. I'll show you that in just a moment. So 2,900 physical damage for the Armageddon, and of course that's constantly falling around you. It's just mixed, I think, and it does have a greater splash radius now in D2R. They enhanced the radius of Armageddon a little bit, the splash damage of the little meteors and all that. Fire damage is quite nice, it's 6,000, and then average fire damage is around 1,100 per second. Volcano now, the damage is right at 1,000 physical damage of what it emits, and 1,500 fire damage. Fissure, which I will use a little bit here, 2,800 max damage, because its synergy is not maxed, I believe. And Molten Boulder, which has had some smack talked about it, I know. But it does, the thing about it that I like is you can control it entirely. It's not like Volcano or Armageddon where it's just random and you just hope that the physical aspect hits the enemies that need to be hit by physical because they're immune to fire, and for example, your low res or your Conviction for your Infinity does not break their immunity, which is often the case, as many of you know. The Doom Knights in the Chaos Sanctuary are an example of what can be broken by Infinity, their fire immunity. But then the Venom Lords or Pit Lords are not, because their fire immunity cannot be broken by a level 12 Conviction. It takes a lot to break their fire immunity, so you can have fun with that if you want. I might experiment in the future. Like I said, have the low res cast from the Plague and the Conviction applied from Infinity, and we'll see what that can do, you know, combined. But basically, Molten Boulder is great. I believe you can pierce, it pierces through enemies, and the fact that it does so much physical damage, coupled with the Decrepify from your Reaper's Toll, I think this would be quite nice. Like, really, this is a character that I'm kind of getting the feel for. Maybe this would be interesting to try to make on the ladder, you know what I mean? What do you guys think? It's probably yet to be determined. And then I put 1 into all my summons, and their damage is ass. This gives plus 100% life, so that's pretty epic. Cold damage. I mean, these are kind of here for meat shields and just for the fun of it. I could have maybe not maxed Or I could have put less points into Firestorm and rather put those points into Grizzly maybe, because I had 10 left over, but I decided to put them into Firestorm instead. You could mess around with that and maybe have point into Grizzly, or more points into Grizzly, because Grizzly's kind of nice. And just the gear real quick, once again. Heart of the Oak, for obvious reasons. You could experiment maybe with a 6-octave phase blade, or something like that, with a bunch of facets in it. But again, then you're going to be lacking some on the physical aspect of this guy. Because the skills help, of course, with the physical aspect. Whereas if you just had a bunch of fire facets in a phase blade, it's not going to help with the physical aspect. So that's kind of why I went with this route. One of the fire skills is very nice on Mage Fist, and the faster cast rate doesn't hurt. It's not super essential on this guy, because pretty much all of his main skills have cooldowns, but that's fine. SOJ, Arak, SOJ, Alder's Boots, because I just like him. A lot of run walks, some damage returned to mana. Damage taken, returned to mana. And Epic Fire Res, obviously. Phoenix. It doesn't help with your physical damage, unfortunately, from your spells anyway. The whole enhanced damage aspect of it. However, the reason why you want this is the Redemption Aura is just very nice. And the 28 Pierce to enemy fire res adds a lot. Maras and a Raven Lore. You could get a better helm. Make that one, that Flickering Flame helm. And yeah, just make that and something that has like 3 to Armageddon, 3 to Volcano, I think would be awesome. Or 3 to Molten Boulder, something like that. It'd be interesting to experiment with, you know, the new Flickering Flame helm. I mean, this one's quite nice, though. But I do have a Torch and an Annie. And as mentioned, no GCs, alright? So, let's see how well this guy does, like right here, for example. Alright, pay attention to the Mercenary. Here, see, my summons are barely doing anything. Mercenary gets him with the Decrepify. Look at that. Okay, I don't know why the boulder's splashing. Sometimes, I feel like it goes through them sometimes. Could be wrong. But I mean, really, without even trying, you know, without even casting Fissure or Volcano. You see that? Like, I don't think that's that bad, man. What do you guys think about that? Okay, now, watch this. Volcano, Fissure, a couple Molten Boulders. Look at this. Look at them obliterate them. Alright, so now, let's try the Chaos. So, I want to let you guys know about my other channel. I know I spammed it in my live stream a little bit. I have this ghost story channel. I tell ghost stories and shit. So I'm linking that in the description of this video. It'll be the first link in the description. Check that out if you guys will. Subscribe there. Just kind of a side hobby of mine. And it's been fun. Alright. Link that in the description below. But, what do you guys think? See, look at it. It went through him. It knocked him back. Look at that. I don't know why sometimes it just explodes. Is it because it was actually hitting a wall over there? Look at it, because it hits a wall, it explodes. To my understanding, if it doesn't hit a damn wall, it's not going to explode. Until it reaches its final duration. Or its final extent. So, yeah, no Decrepify on this guy. Like I said, maybe, I haven't experimented, but maybe a Lawbringer Mercenary will actually be casting Decrepify more frequently. I don't know. Lawbringer has a lower chance of casting it on hit, but it's in a Phase Blade. Has a nice IAS breakpoint for the Act 5 Mercenary, to my understanding. Granted, the Reaper's Toll doesn't have a bad one either, especially with Shale Rune in it that this one has. But another thing is, it's a Frenzy Barb, so I think he's going to gain attack speed the more he's he's hitting stuff. Alright, so I'm not playing this right. So here we go. Here we go, okay, I'll get situated again. Cast a few Volcanoes when I can. See that? I mean, it's a spectacle build, man. You know, if you guys care about the whole spectacle aspect, I mean, you look cool, you know? The style points for looking cool. Look at all this shit. You're like a freaking Lord of Fire, man. Hell yeah. You are what seems to be a god of fire. Visually speaking. Now, I mean, maybe I could buff this guy up, you know, I could put a bunch of... I could max him out, you know? Well, I'll just put all the GCs on him and all that. Let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in seeing that. Hey. But look at this. Oh my god, another road. Getting freaking rich here. Shale and Athol in the same game. Immune to fire, that's fine. Still kick his ass. You see that? This is Toad. Now, obviously, there's a few different variations. Like, you could fill your... I mean, you could be a freaking jack of all trades. You get your inventory full of summon GCs. It's not going to help a ton. Unless you... The summons are level 15, alright? So I could fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could fit 6 of these, I think. No. Fit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could fit 7 of those, alright? In which case, 15, it'll be 20, what's that? 22? It'll be skill level 22, bruh. So I think that might be alright, but I'll have to experiment with that. Yep! Yep! Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Come on. Play it right. Play it right, Ice Boy. This is really... I mean, this isn't a good place for this, you know? So many of these guys are immune to fire and shit. I mean, really, in this scenario... Here, let me show you. When you're in the chaos, maybe you'd want Infinity on your guy. Yeah, he was using Reaper's Toll with a Shell Room. And now, he still has his Treachery,
Good to see you.
Budget Helm, and Infinity. Alright? So, let's see now. Of course, I'm almost done with it, unfortunately. Hopefully there are still a lot of Doom Knights left. Because they're the ones where Infinity especially comes into play. Really, you're going to be weaker against the Venom Lords now. Because you can't do a damn thing to their fire res with this setup at all. It's damn near impossible to break their fire immunity. Those dragon things? What are they called? Venom Lords. I don't even know if you can break them. You have like a freaking maxed out low res necromancer and all that shit. I don't know if you can break them, man. But you sure as hell can't with this setup right here. In which case you'd be better off with a Reaper's Toll, because the only damage you're benefiting on is your physical against them, and that's going to help a lot with your physical. Your summons as well. Now, even if you have the 22 summons that I was mentioning, you know, fill your inventory with Grand Charms. The problem is that you're like, they're still going to be kind of sucking for damage. There's still going to be a lot of sucking for damage, basically. But even still, I'd be willing to see it, you know? So look at that. See, these guys, you see that how it breaks their fire immunity? Hell yeah. Look at that, destroys them. Yeah, this is really a better build for the Chaos, I think. Because there are a lot of Doom Knights here. And obviously, the ones who aren't fire immune, your Infinity is really helping a lot. Look at it destroy them. Infinity's probably better for cows. Basically, if the place has more fire immunes that you can't break, it starts to lean towards something like Reaper's Toll. And a lot of hell does consist of that. But if you're, of course, in an area that doesn't have any fire immunes, use the frickin' Infinity if you have it. Because you're going to start piercing the toad out of their exists. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to my channel members, my patrons, and my channel members. Blessings to you guys. May you have many wives. I know I have a slew of channel members. I think I have 31 now, and I just started the thing. I just started the thing like 2.5 months ago, something like that. I should have started it a freaking decade ago, but I didn't. Or whenever it started, like... when did that even start? The channel member thing? I don't remember. Like with YouTube? Yeah, I appreciate you guys. If you want to support me, hit that join button, the first link in the description below. Let me know what you think about this guy. Get it, 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 get it. I'm gonna show you a cow real quick. Alright, gotta do the cows. Love getting it with them cows. Yep! Alright. Alright, cows real quick. But let me know in the comments. I know some of you guys are quite familiar with these fire droids. What do you think I should try next? Like, I'm really thinking the Lawbringer and Plague combo on a mercenary would be interesting. But of course, I think the general consensus would often be Infinity's the way to go, so in which case you have to have the Act 2 mercenary. Those rolls up. But I could really beat this guy, and I think it's one thing I gotta do. I mean, he's only 85. You know, I'm keeping him at 85. I could make him something that's a bit less achievable, but still achievable. Could make him like 92 or something. You know, a few more skill points there. Oh, look at this go. Look at that go. Where's the king? Did I get him? Oh gosh, he's gonna die. Yeah, I don't have any CTA, as you can see. No buffing to my summons, no buffing to myself in that case. Of course, I would increase my skills by 1 level as well if I keep it up. I mean, it could be better. Here, I think having a 60s phase blade with a bunch of facets in it would be awesome. Because you'd really be piercing the hell out of their fire res. Kind of sucking here. This would be more optimal to focus less on the physical and more on the fire. In which case, I would have maxed Firestorm before Boulder. You prioritize this, and then you start pumping the rest into Boulder. And if I did that, he would be performing better here. That's probably what most do in general. Like I said, though, it's kind of fun messing around with the whole physical part of these spells, because Boulder actually has a decent amount. Especially when it's coupled with the Reaper's Toll, Decrepify, and just how your other spells are just spamming the hell out of everything. I mean, it's not bad. You know, Stony Tomb, something like that I need to try out. New 85 areas with a few to no fire immunes would be a great way to go. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, though. These cows have a lot of HP. So it would perform better in something like the Stony Tomb. Yep. Yep. Holy freaking oh, get my ass kicked! Alright, I'm gonna go to the Stony Tomb and try it out. So here it is, right in Act 2 outside of town. You can find it. What do you guys think about this insidious black liquid? You guys drink it? The coffee? Let me know in the comments. Do you think it's for good in general, or is it for evil? So, you see that? An area like this, I mean, look at how fast he kills stuff. This has got to be one of the best ones to farm this. If you soup them up, for players 1 at least. The problem is it does start falling away. I mean, I don't know how well this is on players 8. Try it out, maybe in the future. Ah, look at that. I'm getting freaking rich, man. Ort as well? Hell yeah. Because there's some clutter here, some density. Runic Hounds. Nice. Well, Whirlwind Sin's a thing now, aren't they? Well, actually, they've always been a thing. That's right in Classic. Whirlwind Sin. Non-modded. Some of the mods have it, but some don't. PD2, take that away. But yeah, you see here, it does quite well, I feel like, in this area as well. So. What do you guys think about that build? Let me know what changes you think I should make on it. Become a channel member if you want. Become a patron if you want. Links in the description below. Blessings to my supporters. May your finances be blessed. May your enemies be cursed. And may you have many wives. Peace be with you.